So, alright, let's say kind of like this. Okay, I have a phone, and my phone is really unique because my phone has kind of, I would say, habit to eventually, like, my phone just randomly at a random moment stop working. And I mean, for some people it's like not really good thing to have, but for me it's such a privilege because when your phone at a random moment just stops working, all of your thoughts about maybe someday I have to quit social media, maybe someday I have to try use less phone, all of those thoughts just become immediately true because you just have no excuses anymore. You cannot just use that phone. And I want to tell about my experience, what I went through those days when my phone stopped working again, and what I felt and what I experienced. Because it wasn't about just quitting social medias, what actually most of the people do right now. They make videos about quitting social medias. It's about quitting phone at all. So I didn't have even possibility to call my family, friends. So actually there is a huge problem, I would say. Maybe it's not a problem. Okay, huge thing about boredom. Because many people are so bored from being without phone. But what they actually don't understand, they are bored from their phone. And they are bored being without it. They are bored from everything because I had that. Like, I was scrolling and then I got bored from scrolling. And when I would stop scrolling, I also would be bored. And when I would be again scrolling, I also would be bored. So I just would be like, there is no way out. The thing is, when you quit that, absolutely, first day might feel really unusual. But then, boredom will not be bored anymore. The life will just get different colors. Life will just get so different. You will feel same as you used to feel when you were a child. Because I'm pretty sure when you were like 4 years old, you did not have a smartphone or social media or something. And if you remember those times, you weren't doing something really special. You wasn't watching fancy movies. You wasn't looking something like really interesting videos on the YouTube or doing whatever. You just did like, I would say nothing. I don't really agree with the word nothing, that doing nothing is impossible, but you wasn't using your phone and you might be just walking or just sitting in the room, but you weren't bored. You was looking around and everywhere you would find some kind of interesting things. Those small cup that you have in the kitchen, you would be thinking about it, creating stories about it, so your brain will be exploding and working all of the time. And that's what you get when you finally quit your phone, when you fully quit your phone, when you quit social medias, when you don't use it, when you don't have possibility, when you're bored to do something, to call your friend, you just start being on your own with yourself. And that's what most of the people don't have. They might feel lonely while using social medias, at the same time kind of have an illusion of speaking with somebody, but it's kind of not real. Even if those people are real, it's still, for our brain, does not feel as a real connection. So it's not about being really by yourself. People are constantly or around people or speaking with somebody or speaking in the phone. They just cannot stay alone. First it might be unusual, but then it gets nice. It gets really, I really like it actually. You become really creative. You start having a lot of ideas, a lot of things that you want to make, a lot of thoughts. And eventually, at the same point, you start speaking with people more. Because when you actually don't have possibility to go to your phone and speak with somebody, you try to find this socializing thing in a real life. Because you just don't have a choice. Because you start looking for another ways to deal with the boredom. But the thing is, you search for the real ways. So you're not searching for imitation or illusion, what you usually see in the screen. You go out and look at the real sun. You go out and look at the real clouds. So you just see the way it is. You speak with the real people. I mean, people in the phone also real, but you can see them. You can touch this person. This person is, yeah, not a screen. This person is just around you. What I had to look for the people to call, my mom or whatever. So I was going out on the street and asking people if they could give me phone to call. That's interesting experience, and that's how you understand word better. I started looking around. I started paying attention to what is around. I stopped having that stupid brain fog that I always had after using the phone, especially after using social media. How many people they might be sitting in so beautiful place, but they don't even put their eyes up to look around. They're taking pictures of it. For who? They make an illusion in small phone, in small screens, okay, they can look it again. It doesn't make any sense. If you want to enjoy it, then just look around and see it. Because those pictures will not show how it feels really. First of all, it's just an image. You can just see it. It's small, it's not real, and you cannot feel it. Because word, it's not about only images. Word, it's about feeling, temptations, everything around. So this world is so interesting, and you can really understand that when you start seeing boredom as an interesting thing. Why would you, while having a possibility to live this life, living in reality, you would all of the time waste on the things that are just imitation of that? That is just imitation. Your screen is just imitation. Those videos of people traveling, it's imitation. Those pictures of waterfall in Brazil, just pixels.